Beautiful North Point 361 REQS here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, member of Jayco's luxury division. Comes in at 12,745 in weight, 12,745 pounds, so plan accordingly. She's not a small girl. She is sharp, though. There's a lot of good stuff going on, so I'm going to get dug right in. But I always like to preface these things by mentioning that this may not be the exact unit we have in stock. This is just a 361 REQS, so keep that in mind, that the one we have in stock might be different. So if you're only seeing this on YouTube, do yourself a favor of either clicking over to our website or just give us a call. You know, save yourself the click time. Big basement on these is one thing I like about them. You have a huge storage compartment in here. A lot of people ask, what is this for? What it's designed for from the factory level, if you notice these TV hookups, there's like a swing or slide out like television you can put down here. What's neat though is if you get like a folding picnic table, it's the perfect size for one of those, so it can kind of be whatever you want it to be in that respect. It is neat that it's sectionalized, and it's not like this is small over here. Little utility drawer for your flashlights and your citronella candles and whatnot. We do have a central back system here. That's what you're seeing on this side right there. I also like the fact that we've got a rubberized flooring here in the basement instead of a carpeted flooring that's going to hold moisture and mildew. Your Jayco luxury fifth wheels are all 0 to 100 degree rated because they have a very, very good insulation package. Everybody gets worried about R factors nowadays, but there's some terrible injustices going on regarding R factors in the RV world right now. I'm seeing these things that are saying like an R52 roof. It's BS. It doesn't exist. You have to start looking for asterisks and find bullet points because they're going to say that, well, this is a calculated value. That doesn't mean real insulation. That means if you add up the insulation of every layer individually, you'll get that number. But when you compress stuff, you lose R factors. So you got to check on that. The thing that I like about this, why I love our Jaycos, is they're not just 0 to 100 degree rated. They don't just say that. They publish the test data. And they're the only ones I know of that do that. Every floor plan they build, that's what they do. They put it in a giant hot cold chamber and they heat it and cool it for hours and hours. But they publish that data. They're the only ones that give me that confidence. The MORryde pin box you're going to find on here, this is a shock dampening system. This actually works in conjunction with your MORryde suspension back here. That suspension back there is designed to absorb up-down impact. This is designed to dampen lateral movement, front to back, and even side to side. Now, there's nothing wrong with the big trailer pin box that has the giant air cushion, but that is designed to soak up and down movement, not side to side. That's what these tires are for, and that suspension. This is to help to keep the truck and the trailer from jockeying around too hard. So when you put it together as a system, it works amazingly well. Our delivery drivers like hauling these because they tow well. You see that we've added the slide-out awning toppers on these to protect your investment. While we're up here, I want to point out we have all LED exterior lights. You see those little marker lights up there. You'll see those on the back as well. And notice how that roof line wraps over the side. You're taking the most critical seam in the entire thing, where the sidewall meets the roof, and you're moving it from a point of high stress on that corner to low stress on the wall. So you're just drastically reducing the potential for failure here. And like the Designer and Pinnacle brethren in the Jayco luxury line, you have a massive front storage compartment, largest in its class, with room for up to 6 batteries, 6 deep cell batteries if you're so inclined. Jayco uses all electric slides and leveling. It's a little more expensive. It also is better in cold climates because this is rated for that cold weather stuff. The other thing with electric stuff is if your hydraulic jacks fail, you're kind of stranded. You know, it's not easy to get past those things. You have to really know mechanically what you're doing. With any sort of electric jack or slide system, there's usually 1 or 2 ways you can put a hex nut on that thing and roll them up or in. We like to add this little cord reel here. This is for your 50 amp reel because that thing is heavy, and it's nice to have an easy way to loop that sucker up. They even include all the extra battery wiring if you do want to add all the extra batteries, by the way. Enclosed docking center to help us achieve that colder camp temperature rating. And they even have a little easy access panel to the automatic leveling controller that you see right here. You don't have to go in and out and up and down and around things to get to it. So keep on moving. I've spent a lot more time on that than I already intended, but there's a lot of good stuff to learn about these. And you know, when you get in this class, when you're up here in the dollars and cents, there's a lot of really sharp stuff, and there's a lot of really good stuff. Don't get me wrong. This is not the only fifth wheel worth owning. Every fifth wheel brings with it its own set of unique advantages and benefits, and they're all the best for a different reason. But The thing is, a lot of the stuff that matters, your core critical structural stuff, is where Jayco really reigns supreme as compared to the vast majority of stuff out there. And there are some other good brands that will often meet things Jayco does. I don't really know of a lot of guys that exceed a lot of what they do. A lot of brands will tell you, don't put a bike rack or a hitch on the back because you might overload it. Jayco welcomes you to do that. They structurally reinforce and build their frames to be able to accommodate an accessory rack for things like bike racks and whatnot. You see, we've added a second awning here. So you've got two, I don't know, 14 to 16 foot awnings. They both have their own LED light strip mounted at the base of the awning, so you can use it even when the awning's in. Now the other neat thing is, if you look at this, let me zoom in a little bit here. I got some harsh overcast backlighting. This has a flexible fabric shield, basically. That's not the awning membrane. That's actually a shield that wraps around it, so that when the awning's in storage or when you're in transit, it keeps it protected. You know, little things like they mount the speakers down low near your picnic table, not up high where you're going to blow away the neighbors. All that stuff adds up. Little stuff like a little keyless entry pad. You're going to actually really like this. You're going to use this all the time, I bet. Especially like if you go riding bikes, or if you take a little tube and run down a lazy river. You know, something I take for granted because I have long legs, but the fact that this has 4 entry steps and not 3, all that little stuff adds up. Right when you walk in, you've got your control panel all right here, and the lighting in here is fantastic. It really comes alive and does a nice job. We have all solid surface countertops. By the way, this decor is called Cottonwood, and again, I want to point that out because it not every single 361 we have is going to be this exact decor. So over here we have the big height of bed, so that when we have guests, we have a place for them. I like the fact that they left the pockets open next to each side of the sofa with a little stand. You got a place to set a drink. You got a place to put your iced tea or your cell phone. You got room to stuff a Monopoly game or something down there. You have room for these things. Yet they built this thing with extra tall walk-in slide-outs so that even your goofy balding guys like me can stand in here and not hit our heads, you know. With that extra headroom, they're able to put storage above your fixtures, your furniture, and give you more space overall. While I'm looking up here, before I forget, not only do we have all LEDs, which is common in this class, but pay attention to how many. In just the living area, we have 8 in just the ceiling, plus your spotlights over individual furniture fixtures. A lot of brands will put 1 line of LEDs down the middle, sometimes as few as 3. More lights is nicer, guys. It just lights it up in here. And they're LEDs. They're not hot. They don't produce heat. They don't eat up your battery. You also see that we have a wall-controlled, fantastic fan up here, so that you don't need to be 10 foot tall to get to that thing. I don't know if you've noticed, but this also has a double vaulted roof, arched inside and outside. Massively stronger structurally. And remember that the roof line wraps over the outside to tie into that. You also don't see the air conditioner, because Jayco runs Whisper Quiet ACs. With the duct system they're using, it is actually more efficient than a standard AC system. So it's not only 90% quieter, roughly, but it also has superior airflow. Doesn't mean it gets colder. It means it gets down to temp more quickly. Little storage ottoman down here has, well, as the name implies, has storage underneath that cushion, perfect for like grandkids stuff, you know. Or you know what? That'd be perfect for like slippers and things. I love the floor print. I love that print they're using in here. We've already pulled the TVs, but they use better grade TVs in here. Your living room is a giant Furrion, and I like Furrion stuff because, you know, there's a lot of nice electronics out there. But again, just like Jayco actually publishes the testing on their cold camping stuff, Furrion is the only manufacturer I know of that publicly publishes their hot-cold test data, their shake test data. You need to look up Furrion shake test and go, holy crap, it is awesome. They shake the life out of TVs for like hours before they are willing to say it's okay. Because these TVs are bouncing down the road like a son of a gun. And if you don't have something that's made with the metal guts they're using in a Furrion, like a plastic, they mounted a Sanyo once on their 3G testing thing. It snapped off in 8 seconds. Their TVs last for hours, and then they test them again for hours longer, a couple times. It's amazing. Great storage on both sides of your entertainment center here. Electric fireplace to take the chill out of the air so you don't got to burn up all your propane. And your speakers outside, your living room TV here, your DVD Bluetooth system, all Furrion stuff. Again, made for mobile and RV applications. Twin recliners that are really comfy, and I encourage you to come sit down in one. just don't expect to go anywhere soon because you're not going to want to get up. I love the wide open, comfortable nature of this floor plan. This is not a new floor plan in the RV world, but man, is it ever popular because it just gives you that big at-home living room look and feel. Now, this is a couples coach. It's not a bunkhouse, obviously. Most of the time, it's going to be just the two of you. However, you're going to entertain guests at some point, more than likely. So, Jayco includes a pair of these fold-away decor matching chairs, and your table can extend here to accommodate these folks. They use Shaw carpeting because it's, better. And if you lift up your slide-out carpeting here, you see that silvery stuff? That's double-sided astrofoil. Jayco actually insulates their slide-outs. Not everybody does, and a lot of them don't, sadly. Let's see here, 12 cubic foot refrigerator freezer, gas electric. I think that's an upgrade from a standard 8. I think normally you'd get like a little pantry and a smaller fridge. We tend to like the bigger cold storage because you're not hurting for dry storage space in this. And I love the little indirect accent lights. Those lights are cool, by the way. If you are sleeping a grandkid or a guest on that hide-a-bed, they have a little night light that'll give them just enough light where they can sneak their way up to the bathroom without disturbing everybody. The counters are all solid surface. I think I mentioned that. Again, great drawer and storage space. And if you listen, that's real metal off my wedding ring right there. This is real hardware. They're not using chintz stuff. Just, like I said, great cabinet space going on in here. We're going to kill some lights to save some battery power. Walking upstairs. You know what I like too? Just this little hallway light. Just so that you can, again, this is the perfect welcome back light. If you're going to be gone for a couple hours, you leave that light on so that you can see when you come back inside. More fun stuff going on in here. So we've got more of that little night lighting so you can see in the bathroom to get there at night. And then, of course, we've got more LED lighting inside. And a huge linen cabinet. Well, maybe not huge, but more than adequate. You can actually keep towels in here. Huge wood. Yeah, I think I went over the top with that one. But at least I didn't do the Donald Trump huge linen cabinet. I'm not a very good Donald Trump impersonator. But, seamless, one-piece walk-in shower. And I think that's like the giant 60-inch. That is the bigger one. Check this out. Here's how they build their showers at Jayco. Here's the quality of fixture they're using. Pretty extreme. They use better stuff, guys. And I mean, I can say it 100 times, but how many guys are willing to literally jump in the shower pan of a fifth wheel? I'm not small. I'm like 205 pounds right now. I got to lose some weight again. But, I mean, that's the kind of structure they're putting in here. I'm American-sized, and I'm willing to bet you are, too. And this is made for folks like you and me. And we have a seat here so you can shave your legs, or maybe you need to sit down to bathe to be safe. They give you that opportunity. Big sink you can actually wash your hands in, and a double medicine cabinet here so you can have that extra toothpaste space and whatnot. And just like in the kitchen, we do have the bigger fan here in the bathroom. They don't scale down your appliances just because we leave the living room in your Jaycos. Oh, neat little thing. You want to block out the sun, you can block out the sun with those roller shades they put in these. Walking in the bedroom, once again, bang, one switch, bang, we get lights. We've upgraded this one to a king bed from a queen, but what's really cool is they built this floor plan with a king in mind. They left room beside the bed for you to walk, even once you upgrade to a king. A lot of brands build with a queen and let you shove a king inside of it, but the problem is when you do that, you can't get around the bed anymore. This is built with a king in mind, and you can put a queen in it if you are so inclined. There is full storage under it as well. The extra cabinet space over here, good for whatever you can imagine. Extra sweaters and stuff, maybe. Now, a big thing I like to point out is the fact that we don't just have stands on each side of the bed. If you look down there, you can see that black box. We have power outlets with a stand next to the sides of the bed so you can run your CPAP machines and whatnot. This is a very easy space to feel the benefit of that double arched ceiling because you can totally walk around in this bedroom, even a tall guy like me. This does have 2 air conditioners. The second AC up here is an option we like to put in this, but that'll typically upgrade this to a 30,000 BTU centralized AC system. Each air conditioner has its own thermostat. They can run independently or in conjunction with one another to give you as much or as little air power as you want. Walk-in closet. I mean walk-in. I can stand in that front closet. No joke. It's big. You can close the door and I cannot touch the walls. It's that large. Big window for cross breeze in here. And now this closet in the corner, you don't see the washer and dryer prep, but it is behind that wall panel. Most people don't use it, so Jayco cleans up they don't let you see plumbing in their bedrooms because most people aren't going to use it anyway. But they do have stackable washer dryer potential in this floor plan. And we have, again, more dresser space here. Now, your bedroom TV is a little, you won't see like a DVD player in here. And people go, well, how do I watch a movie at night? Do I have to buy an extra DVD player? And the answer is no. You still have a coax line that feeds the whole coach. But this TV from Jayco has its own built-in DVD player. That means you don't have to deal with coaxial signal attenuation. Long story short, the entertainment center in this floor plan is like 35 feet away from this bedroom television. That is a long time for coax cable to run. And you can lose signal quality doing it. Now you don't have to worry about that because everything is built in right here. Your DVD player and everything's in one spot. Little handy phone and like tablet charging station here as well. So that is a brief overview of this one. There's a lot more to learn about it. I've barely touched on construction items. I feel badly about that, but there's so much to see in this one that it's hard to not cover just the stuff you look at, let alone all the stuff under the skin. Like the fact that they don't build this with OSB. Most things in this class, yeah, about 50-50 actually. 50% of them have OSB floor decking. Jayco uses exclusively plywood. Your decent brands tend to. Jayco also uses all tongue and groove plywood roof decking. They build their roof in one piece at waist level, then they hoist it into place. That's how they build the roofs on diesel pushers. This is structurally built in that same concept, in the same style. Not everything is. And it's that kind of stuff that separates the Jayco products for me from everything else. And really, it's probably one of the reasons they carry double the warranty of so many other products in any category. Not just this high-end category. You know, think about that. These other manufacturers, they're super proud of the stuff they build, of course, but they're not willing to back it up. You know, they put the same warranty on the most entry level of campers they build as their biggest, baddest fifth wheel. Ask yourself this: do you really want a fifth wheel whose warranty is less than that refrigerator? That guy is more confident in the work he does than most of the RV business. Think of that. Really think on that. Do you want a refrigerator that has a longer warranty than your fifth wheel? That's not the case in a Jayco. That's, again, I'm a fan. I own a Jayco. I camp in a Jayco. I'm a big fan of these things. I believe in them. Nobody's perfect, but they stand up and they take care of their product and their customers. And they believe in it. And they're willing to carry twice the liability of the industry standard. There's a lot to be said for that. So consider that. Give us a call, 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care. Stay safe. Happy camping.